Let's bring out our next startup, COI Energy. Presenting for COI Energy is founder and CEO, Celisa Berrien.
Really? Okay.
You know the feeling when the power goes out during a storm? The quiet, the uncertainty, the darkness? For my family, those moments were not caused by storms. It was because my parents could not afford to pay the electric bill. We'd sit in the dark with candles flickering, kerosene heaters running, waiting for my dad to get the money together to pay the electric bill. Those moments shaped me. It made me ask the question, why in these United States of America, a third of the population still sits in the dark? That question motivated me to start a career in energy efficiency. My name is Celisa Berrien, and I am the founder and CEO of COI Energy. We're on a mission to eliminate energy waste and repurpose that waste for good. We all know that electric demand is growing. It's skyrocketing from a 2% growth rate to more than 15% over the next 5 years. This is due to AI, data centers, electric vehicles, and electrification, all having enormous pressure on the grid. Meanwhile, a third of the energy consumed by businesses is wasted. That's over $35 billion being thrown out the window every year. As my grandmother would say, when you know better, do better. So to do better, COI Energy, we have created the first marketplace for recycled energy capacity. We call that the Excess Energy Exchange, or E²X, where we're enabling businesses, instead of wasting energy, the unused capacity, they're able to share it. So let me break this down for you, because most of us don't pay an electric bill for a business. So businesses are charged for peak demand and for their consumption. Unlike us as consumers, we're only charged for our energy consumption. So when you look at the building, it has a base load and it has a peak demand. That peak, most businesses peak less than 20% of the time. So that means that businesses are paying for capacity that they're not using. So you know, if you pay for something, you own it. So we're helping businesses monetize that with our simple business model. Businesses pay a monthly subscription to access our services at the level that they wish to do. And then with that, they also pay a monthly a transaction fee. So a transaction for all transactions executed on the platform. In addition, every business on our platform pays forward 1% of their savings towards energy equity. So at this time, I'm going to have my colleague start our demo to show you a little bit more about what we're doing.
Thank you, Celisa. This is our main dashboard that shows the KPIs most important to a business. We can see the total revenue generated, energy reduced, carbon reduced, and seller and registered capacity available to sell. From here, we can go into the account view to see the real-time energy data and the asset registry. The assets are used to control customer load if needed. Let's try selling some capacity. Our platform uses historical data to forecast the recommended amount. We simply go to the recommendations button, accept it, and that's it. Our offer's on the market. Buying is just as easy. Let's take the Moscone Center, for example. They knew they were having this event today, so they went to our platform to purchase 400 kilowatts of capacity to cover the increase in their demand charge. They simply select an energy resource type and hit request. From here, our matching algorithm takes over. All seller capacities are aggregated into a single pool and matched with buyers, ensuring reliability for everyone. Back to slides.
So as you could imagine, the market for unused energy capacity is massive, $124 billion. And this isn't a theory. We actually have traction to prove it. We have 5 pilots that encompasses 50 buildings with the potential to grow to over 3,000 buildings. We have 17 waitlisted customers and a pipeline of over $23 million in ARR. Our go-to-market strategy combines direct sales, channel partners, including international companies that are pulling us to come there, referral networks, and tech integrations. So you might be asking, what sets us apart from everyone else? Our disruptive energy model is the first of its kind. I know everybody's sitting here like, I never heard that before. We also have 3 patents and 2 pending. We have a 2-sided marketplace that scales as more buildings join the platform. And our strategic global interest in our technology. But let me not leave out my team. I have a rock star team that is best positioned to solve this problem. We have over 100 years of collective experience in energy, tech, and in property management. And myself personally, I spent my entire year working in energy space. I worked for 3 investor-owned utilities, and I worked for 4 clean tech startups. So you can probably imagine why we are excited about what we're about to embark upon with this explosive growth, growing from $2.5 million in sales to over $123 million in sales over the next 5 years. So with that, we're raising a seed round. We're looking for investors that have experience in marketplaces, enterprise sales, and regulated industries. And we want our partners to see energy as that next great shared economy opportunity. So our vision is simple. We're creating a new energy infrastructure where no business leaves capacity untapped and no family is left in the dark. If this resonates with you, we ask you to join us on this journey. Thank you.
Judges.
That's amazing. So thanks for showing us the light. This is incredible business model, and I love Carla Harris, by the way.
Oh,
old friends with Carla. I'd love to hear how you get people on both sides of the marketplace, because it makes sense for this to be a 2-sided marketplace. But how are you gathering the forces on both sides?
That's a great question. So all the sellers, they are able to recoup up to 70% of their unused demand charges. And then on the buyer side, they get to receive up to 30% in savings over the utility bills.
And
so everybody saves.
How are you getting them to come? I mean,
really simple. So from a direct sales perspective, my background is in business development. So I worked at 4 startups, helped one IPO, and with that IPO, because of my what I call my superpower, I'm able to really develop these sustainable relationships with multinational companies. So we were able to grow to the UK just because of what I did for that company, and that's what I do here at COI.
Fantastic.
So maybe I have a naive questions, but is it not all at the same time that they have peak energy? How does it work when it's peak somewhere but not the other place?
That's an excellent question. So when you look at the power grid, the reason why our platform is so powerful for utilities as well is because they can't see behind the meter what's happening inside of a building. We're able to see when a business is peaking and when they're not peaking. And so that's how our algorithm is able to make these recommendations and say, okay, you're gonna peak on this day, so all these other days you have capacity available to sell. And then a buyer, like he said, the Moscone Center, they're like, we're having an event next week. So our demand is gonna go up because we're having this big event. So like, I'm gonna go on there, instead of me peaking on the electric grid, I'm gonna just share in recycled capacity. And it saves for everybody, the environment, the government, for the utilities and for the businesses.
Then I had one question about your 70% price and 30% discount. It sounds like you're leaving nothing for you. Can you speak to your margins and unit economics?
Yeah, no, so we get our monthly subscription, we get transaction fees, and we get a part of that, they get up to, so they don't get the full amount. It depends on what market they're in, on what they get, but we get a portion of that as well.
Okay.
Do you need the cooperation or permission of the energy utilities? Like, how do they feel about the existence of COI?
Yeah, so every utility now that I've talked to, except for one, I was like, this is super amazing. It's a good way to squeeze more out of existing infrastructure because we cannot build quick enough. When we talk about AI and these data centers, everyone's trying to figure out how to solve that problem. They can't build quick enough, so they're like, this is a solution that can help us. And because they don't have the technology to see behind the meters, we're able to help them see that, and we do the measurement and verification so they know that a building did what they said they were gonna do, and then this buyer actually was able to buy off our platform.
I had a very similar question. I'm glad you asked that. I also was surprised to see the growth demand go only up to 15%. I actually expected to see a higher number just based on the energy consumption that people are predicting. So it was nice to see some data behind that. I'm curious about your pilot programs. So thinking about your favorite or your first or your best or your gold standard pilot, how are you thinking about turning that pilot program into a playbook for scalability?
Yeah, so with our pilots, because of my background, I don't really truly believe in saying a pilot. Every customer that we bring on board, we set it up that it's a multi-year contract.
Oh, nice.
So we're not looking at just getting you on, if what we say we're going to do, we do it, customers are happy. So my background, I've never lost customers, literally never lost a customer. And it's just because of the sticky relationship that we develop. Do what you say you're going to do, and your customers are delighted.
That's a wild concept. Integrity.
Exactly.
I like it. Good moat.
Leaning into the customer side, oftentimes energy solutions have failed because they require some sort of behavior change. Who exactly are you selling to and collaborating with at the corporations that you're bringing onto the platform? And then what kind of behavior change is required from them, but also from the organization at large?
That's an excellent question. So we are focused on, depending on the company, so we are only targeting enterprise businesses. So we have a MAG 7 that we're currently on our platform, so big tech company. We have a healthcare consortium, and then we also have big box stores in a city. So they all have a whole lot of buildings, right? In different categories, it might be an energy manager, it might be a global a sustainability officer. It depends on that company. So we are kind of targeting those customers that way.
You talked about superpower. Can you talk more about your superpower and your teams?
Yes, I mean, my team is super amazing. I, as you know, have been in this field, and it's really comes from my passion. People are like, why do you get up every day and do this? Because it's not easy, right? For me, I really see the world being a better place when we're able to help not only ourselves, but we're able to help all people. You know, people usually say, like, they should pull themselves up from their own bootstraps. But if you don't have boots, and we learned that during the pandemic, that people didn't have boots, but we didn't want to get COVID, so we made sure we got masks out to those people. It's the same thing, and so that's where our energy equity piece is tied into our business model, because we feel it's important. And for me, I'm passionate about that. If you look at my career, do any little search on me online, you'll see that's what I'm about, is really making a difference for all.
Your passion is clear.
Thank you.
All right, let's hear it for COI Energy.